Several Hollywood celebrities have shared eerie experiences of living with ghosts in their homes. Many of their houses, often historic mansions, are believed to be haunted due to their pasts. Some have reported strange noises, shadowy figures, or even objects moving on their own. While some stars find it thrilling, others have even called paranormal experts to investigate. These haunted houses add an extra layer of mystery to their glamorous lives. Now we will discuss the most haunted houses of the Hollywood celebrities. Number 1. Gigi Hadid. Gigi Hadid has shared chilling stories about her childhood home, which she believes was haunted. Her bedroom was in the attic, a place where strange things often happened. She and her sister, Bella Hadid, frequently heard unexplained noises coming from a closet. At times, it felt like someone unseen was present, making the atmosphere eerie. Curious about the home's history, they asked their father, who revealed that an elderly woman had once lived there. This made them wonder if her spirit still roamed the house. Instead of feeling afraid, Gigi and Bella decided to acknowledge the ghostly presence. They would even talk to the spirit and jokingly offer to bring her tea, turning a spooky situation into something more lighthearted. Despite the strange noises and eerie feelings, the ghost never seemed harmful. The Hadid sisters grew up believing their childhood home had a supernatural guest. These unexplained events strengthened Gigi's belief in the paranormal. Though she no longer lives in the house, the memories of those ghostly encounters remain with her. Whether it was just imagination or something truly paranormal, her haunted house story continues to fascinate fans around the world. Number 2. Courteney Cox. Courteney Cox, best known for her role in Friends, once lived in a house that she believed was haunted. At first, she ignored the strange noises and unsettling feelings, but as time passed, things became more disturbing. One of the scariest incidents happened when a friend stayed over. In the middle of the night, they woke up screaming, claiming they had seen a ghost standing at the foot of their bed. This frightened Courteney, but the final proof came from an unexpected visitor, a delivery man. While dropping off a package, he suddenly asked, "You know this house is haunted, right?" He claimed he saw a spirit behind her. That was enough to convince Courteney that she wasn't imagining things. She later admitted she was too scared to stay alone in the house and eventually decided to sell it. Even though she never personally saw the ghost, the repeated experiences of guests and visitors made her believe something paranormal was happening. Her story remains one of the most famous celebrity ghost encounters, proving that even Hollywood stars are not immune to haunted houses. Fans still wonder who or what might have been lurking in Courteney Cox's former home. Number 3. Matthew McConaughey. Matthew McConaughey once lived in a house that he believed was haunted by a ghost he named Madame Blue. From the moment he moved in, strange things started happening. He often heard unexplained noises at night, footsteps echoing through empty rooms, objects shifting on their own, and eerie whispers in the darkness. One of the most unsettling moments was when he saw a shadowy figure, which he believed to be Madame Blue. She had a faint blue glow, which inspired her name. Instead of running away, McConaughey decided to confront the spirit. One night, armed with a baseball bat, he walked through the house, shirtless, and ready to face whatever was haunting him. After that bold move, he felt more at ease, though guests and friends who stayed over still reported strange occurrences. Some felt an eerie presence watching them, while others heard unsettling noises. Though Madame Blue never caused harm, her presence made the house one of the most talked about haunted celebrity homes. Eventually, McConaughey moved out, but his spooky encounters remain one of Hollywood's most chilling ghost stories. Whether real or just imagination, the mystery of Madame Blue continues to intrigue fans. Number 4. Julia Fox. Julia Fox, the actress and model, has openly talked about her haunted home. She believes a friendly spirit named Beauty resides in her New York apartment. Unlike terrifying ghost stories, Julia describes her experience as more mysterious than scary. Strange things happen often. Lights flicker without reason, objects move on their own, and unexplained noises fill the space. At times, she feels an invisible presence watching her, but she never feels threatened. Instead, Julia believes Beauty is more of a guardian than a ghost. The building itself has a long history, which could explain the paranormal activity. Some of her neighbors have also reported odd experiences, like sudden cold spots and strange whispers in empty rooms. Julia has grown used to these eerie moments and even embraces them. Instead of trying to remove the spirit, she acknowledges its presence and coexists peacefully. Her story stands out because she sees beauty as a comforting presence rather than a source of fear. While many people would be scared to live in a haunted house, Julia Fox has accepted the supernatural as part of her home, making her ghost story one of the most unique in Hollywood. Number 5. Adele. Adele once lived in a massive 10-bedroom mansion in West Sussex, England, which had a reputation for being haunted. The property was originally a convent, and its eerie history made it the perfect setting for ghostly encounters. Adele and her staff experienced strange happenings, including unexplained noises like loud bangs, whispers, and footsteps echoing through empty rooms. The unsettling atmosphere became so intense that she hired a bodyguard to stay with her overnight for protection. Some staff members even refused to be alone in certain parts of the house. Several people claimed to see shadowy figures moving through the hallways and felt a mysterious presence watching them. Doors would creak open on their own, and objects seemed to shift without explanation. Many believe the spirits of former nuns or past residents still roam the property. Despite its luxury, the constant eerie experiences made the house difficult to live in. Eventually, Adele decided to move out, leaving behind one of the most infamous haunted celebrity homes. While she never publicly confirmed seeing a ghost herself, the mysterious events in her former mansion remain a chilling and unforgettable story. Number 6. Dom Joly. Dom Joly, the comedian and TV presenter, has shared eerie experiences about his former home, a 17th-century house in the Cotswolds, England. The house had a chilling history, with several past owners claiming it was haunted. From the moment Dom moved in, strange things started happening. He and his family would hear unexplained footsteps at night, doors creaking open on their own, and whispers coming from empty rooms. One of the most terrifying experiences involved his dog, who often growled at seemingly nothing, as if sensing an invisible presence. One night, Dom woke up to the sound of heavy breathing in his bedroom. When he turned on the lights, no one was there. His wife also felt an unseen force press down on her while she was sleeping. Guests who visited often reported feeling uneasy, and some even refused to stay overnight. Despite the spooky encounters, Dom tried to embrace the house's eerie history. However, the unsettling atmosphere eventually became too much for his family, and they decided to move out. Whether real or just imagination, the chilling experiences in Dom Joly's former home remain one of the most fascinating celebrity ghost stories. Number 7. Helena Bonham Carter. Helena Bonham Carter, known for her love of history and the supernatural, has lived in a house with a chilling past. Her home, a centuries-old building in London, is believed to be haunted. Shortly after moving in, Helena started experiencing strange occurrences. She heard unexplained noises, doors creaking open on their own, and even felt an eerie presence watching her. The most unsettling moment came when she saw a ghostly figure that resembled a former resident. Instead of being frightened, she decided to communicate with the spirit. Helena even brought in a medium to understand the haunting. The medium confirmed that the spirit belonged to a previous owner who had unfinished business. Rather than trying to remove the ghost, Helena chose to respect its presence, believing it to be harmless. She has openly shared her fascination with ghosts and even played roles in horror films, which aligns with her eerie experiences. Though she still senses paranormal activity in her home, she has embraced it rather than fearing it. Her haunted house remains one of the most talked about celebrity ghost stories, proving that even in real life, Helena Bonham Carter is connected to the supernatural. Number 8. Meryl Streep. Meryl Streep once lived in a haunted house in Connecticut, where she and her family experienced eerie events. From the moment they moved in, strange things started happening. Doors would open and close by themselves, unexplained noises filled the rooms, and objects mysteriously shifted without anyone touching them. One of the creepiest moments happened when Meryl was home alone. She heard loud footsteps upstairs, as if someone was walking around, but when she checked, no one was there. The unsettling feeling of being watched became common in the house, making her uneasy. Her husband and children also had their own ghostly encounters. Lights flickered without reason, and the air often felt colder in certain parts of the house. Even visitors reported strange sensations, with some feeling an invisible presence nearby. Despite the paranormal activity, the spirits never seemed harmful. However, the eerie atmosphere eventually became too much, and Meryl and her family decided to move out. Her haunted house story remains one of Hollywood's most intriguing ghost encounters. Whether it was real or just imagination, Meryl Streep's experience adds her name to the list of celebrities who have lived in mysteriously haunted homes. Number 9. Britney Spears. Britney Spears once lived in a house that she believed was haunted. The mansion, located in Los Angeles, had an eerie presence that made her feel uneasy. She claimed to have experienced terrifying paranormal activity, which eventually forced her to leave. One of the most chilling moments happened when Britney saw a shadowy figure move through the house. She also reported hearing strange whispers and unexplained noises at night. The energy in the mansion felt so dark that she refused to stay there alone. Britney was so disturbed by the supernatural activity that she left the house in the middle of the night. She later revealed that she felt an evil presence in the home, which made her deeply uncomfortable. Even visitors who stayed at the mansion mentioned experiencing strange occurrences, including cold spots, flickering lights, and an overwhelming feeling of being watched. Unable to cope with the hauntings, Britney decided to sell the house and never return. To this day, many wonder about the true history of the mansion and whether its ghostly inhabitants still linger. Her haunted house story remains one of the most chilling celebrity ghost encounters ever reported. Number 10. Joan Rivers. Joan Rivers lived in a luxurious New York City apartment that she believed was haunted. Her home, located in a historic building on the Upper East Side, was said to be occupied by the spirit of a woman named Mrs. Spencer, a former resident from the 19th century. Joan and her staff experienced eerie occurrences such as sudden cold spots, flickering lights, and objects moving on their own. She also felt an unseen presence watching her, especially at night. The atmosphere became so unsettling that even her dog refused to enter certain rooms. Determined to solve the mystery, Joan brought in a psychic who confirmed that Mrs. Spencer's spirit was still attached to the home. The ghost was reportedly upset because she felt ignored and forgotten. To calm the spirit, Joan placed flowers and a portrait of Mrs. Spencer in the apartment as a sign of respect. After this, the paranormal activity decreased, but Joan continued to acknowledge the ghost's presence. She often joked about sharing her home with a ghost, turning her spooky encounters into part of her larger-than-life personality. Her haunted house story remains one of the most famous celebrity ghost tales in history. Number 11. Jenny Slate. Jenny Slate has openly shared that she once lived in a haunted house in Los Angeles. From the moment she moved in, strange and eerie things started happening. She would hear mysterious footsteps at night, lights flickered without reason, and doors would creak open on their own. One of the most unsettling moments happened when she felt an invisible presence standing near her. She described it as an energy that seemed to watch her, making her feel uneasy, especially when she was alone. The eerie atmosphere of the house became so overwhelming that it started affecting her sleep and peace of mind. At one point, Jenny decided to communicate with the spirit, hoping to understand what was going on. She spoke out loud, acknowledging the presence and asking it to stop frightening her. Though the ghostly activity didn't completely stop, she eventually grew more comfortable with it. Despite her fascination with the supernatural, the experiences in her haunted house were unsettling. Whether it was real or just her imagination, Jenny Slate's ghostly encounters remain a chilling story. Her haunted house experience continues to intrigue fans, making it one of Hollywood's most fascinating paranormal tales.